Hi, my name's Georgia Rudin, and I'm the primary video editor for Generation Justice. I got into media and editing because when I started college I was really sad. And the reason being, like, in high school I was doing lots of artistic things. I was in photography and computer graphics and some classes like that. And then when I started college I had this idea that, oh, it's like time to grow up and like do real stuff, get a real job and do all these other things. And I was like really sad thinking like that. And I had ran into a friend of mine, and she was telling me that she was taking some media art classes. But it was funny because she was like, I hate my classes. They're awful, they're not interesting. And I was like, that sounds perfect for me. My first project with Generation Justice, we were contracted to work with YDI on a project for Nurtured Heart.
The Nurtured Heart Approach by Howard Glasser. As demonstrated by Nancy Martinez, teacher at La Promesa, YDI Head Start, and an advanced trainer in the Nurtured Heart Approach.
The Nurtured Heart Approach has definitely impacted me, not only professionally, but also personally.
Previously, I thought children were difficult, and not even like in a bad way, but I just thought, I always viewed kids as like, you need to be really ready to have kids and to be around them because they're a huge responsibility, and I always viewed them as kind of like, it's really tough to be a parent.
And it's given her ideas of how she wants to raise her own children, and she sees her friends and she tells them about it. So basically her pet project that she's hung on to the most out of all the things that she's done here has been the early childhood development.
My experience with the children in the classroom was they were absolutely wonderful. I loved all of those kids. They were funny and interesting, and there was one little boy, his name's Elijah, and I heard him talking to another group of kids, and he goes, oh, do you know what wicked means? And all the other kids are like, no, what does wicked mean? And he goes, it means awesome. And it was just that, I think he was one of the kids that like I really fell in love with, because just to hear him say something like that was like, you never hear adults doing that, and that's what's so wonderful about kids, is they're at that age where it's like everything's really cool and really interesting, and they don't know these words, so they want to go to school and, tell kids, words other kids don't know, and I love those kids.
We used to talk about children and stuff, and she'd say, well, I want a girl or I want a boy, and this is what I'm going to name them and stuff like that. But now she talks about how she's going to go about it. And she likes to talk about her work, and she likes to talk about, editing. And so she's starting to get a lot clearer idea of what she wants to do.
My perspective on children now is you get as much out of them as you put into them. So if you're always putting negative energy and negative thoughts towards them, then that's what you're going to get back. But if you treat them with kindness and respect, that's what you're going to get back.
She talks now how when she does have her child, she talks about, how she's going to go about taking care of that child, and the child, if she ever needs to. She told me just the other day that it was going to be going into the early childhood development, and I asked her, well, wouldn't you rather it be with grandma? And she just told me, no, I'm going to put them in there.
Someone asked me, oh, well, I heard that you love children now, and are you interested in going into teaching or some sort of childcare or whatever? And I was like, well, I do love children, but I love to edit videos. So I think that that's one thing that has also changed in me, is that I'm really interested in specifically filming kids and doing things with children, especially things like the Nurtured Heart, where it's it's going to better their lives. maybe I can't change things on like large scales, and maybe I never will, but at least as far as like, you know, my group of friends and my family, I like to tell them all this so that at least, you know, those around me can use this information, and that's my small contribution. And I hope that in turn all of those people turn around and tell somebody, and then it kind of spreads. You know, that's my hopes.